Hello Gemini, welcome to my channel. I'm going to do your reading, and this is a timeless reading. Gertrude would also like to welcome you to the channel. She has her moments where she is playing with her sister, Lexi, and likes to be heard. All right. So this is a timeless reading, so this is for whenever you feel drawn to hear this message. And this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not. I am also using the Alice in Wonderland cards, if you are curious about the cards. All right, so we have Six of Swords. Six of Swords. The Death card, the Seven of Cups, we have the Two of Swords, we have the Tower. Wow, you got a lot going on there, Gemini. All right, we have the Moon, we have the Nine of Swords, we have the Nine of Wands, and we have the Page of Cups. I feel like this is sort of for you to, you're struggling right now, and this is for you, and you may be feeling overwhelmed, but it's for you to find that emotional happiness, for you to find that calmness, for you to feel better. So we have the Six of Swords, which is moving to calmer waters, things becoming calmer. We have right here, they're in the boat, and there's all of these waves and all of this turbulence going here, but she is paddling to smoother waters where it's calmer, okay? Kind of going down this path here. There's the Moon, so not really sure what's going on, you know, not really sure of where you're headed, but definitely to calmer waters. And then we also do have the Moon card, okay? So then we have the Death card. And the Death card is about releasing those things that are no longer useful to us, but also embracing that transition and that transformation. So I feel like you're going from this very heavy blue energy to something that is brighter and lighter. Like this card seems very bright and very light, and these cards here seem very heavy and darker. We have the Seven of Cups, so that could be that you are overwhelmed. You have a lot on your mind. You're a lot of you're thinking about a lot of things. And then we have the Two of Swords, and that's about making a decision, not having that clarity to make the decision on something. You're confused about something. You're not sure about something. You're wanting to look at things from all directions, because we have an arrow pointing here, an arrow pointing there, and which direction do you want to go in, and what do you want to do? And then we have the Cheshire Cat in the Moon. So I feel for some reason the Moon is definitely represented in this reading, and especially with the darker colors. I feel like maybe you're just not sure. That's not giving you clarity on what it is that you want to do. The Moon also represents deception. Are you not being true to yourself on what it is that you want to do about a situation? We have the Tower, so that is definitely shaking things up, okay? Creating a stir, tearing something down, and then rebuilding something stronger and better. So then we have the Moon, which is not, you know, walking on that path, not really sure where you're going, but he's kind of talking with his friend there, the walrus, and then he has all these shells behind him. So maybe it's about having a talk with somebody, sitting down and having a talk. We also have the Nine of Swords, which is that stress and that anxiety, keeping up at night, not really sure about what it is that you want to do. We have the Nine of Wands, and that is this little guy here with this big bird like looming up above, and he's like, I'm hanging in there. I'm going to stand up to this. I'm going to fight. No matter what I have to do, I'm going to get through this. Gertrude. So I feel like it's almost like you in that fight, in that battle to get through this situation and to work through this. I do feel that the end result is very positive and you are able to get through this, but I feel that it's something that may take some time, and I feel like it also is something where you're going to have to look at all sides of the situation. I feel like the more knowledge, the more that you know about this situation and you can break it down, I feel that that helps you with your decision on what it is that you want to do. Sometimes we have a lot of things in our mind, right? And for example, say it's, it's your day and you have to go grocery shopping and you have to vacuum and you have to pick up the kids and you have to make dinner and you have to go to the doctor's appointment and you have all of these things. You have to find the documents, for something, and you have all of these things that you have to do, and it's so overwhelming because you're like, I have so much to do. Well, what helps is if you make a list. At least that's what helps with me, is that making a list, seeing what you have to do, prioritizing it, and then being able to check it off one at a time. And I feel like that's what this situation is being able to see what it is that you want to do. What is this Two of Swords? What is this thing that you want to do or accomplish or have happen? And writing all of those things down, being able to see them, making a negative and a positive column, or making a list of priority so that you can see them, kind of getting them out of your mind, getting them out of your head, so that way it's not all swirling in your head. Because if you have all these things, it's like, okay, I have to remember to do this and remember to do that and remember to do this, and then it's overwhelming and creates stress and anxiety, and you're like, I have so much in my head. I have so much in my head. There's definitely a lot going on in your head that you are worrying about and you are stressing about, but being able to have that clarity of what it is that you need to do and writing it down, and or putting it in your phone, or whatever works for you, to be able to release that from your head, let that go, and then sort through and prioritize, or see the negatives and the positives of a situation. That I feel that gives you that clarity, and you're like, I can breathe now, I'm not stressing about that. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles. That is keeping to yourself, blocking energy, feeling like you are alone, feeling like you have so much on your plate that you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know if I want to do anything. Sometimes that happens. We get so much on our plate and we're like, I don't even want to do a thing. So this card came out, which is the Tower. Okay, you have another Tower. You have the Tower twice. There's something here that has to be rebuilt. There's something that has to be torn down, and then there's something that has to be rebuilt. We also have the Death card, which represents holding on to something that is not useful to us, that's holding us back. Like you're holding on to some kind of energy, or it's a relationship or some thoughts that is holding you back from transforming and rebuilding. It's almost like you're stuck. You're so caught up in the Seven of Cups and Nine of Swords, this right here, that it's like you're frozen. Like you're unable to move forward because you're just so overwhelmed with everything. Or there's something that you are holding on to. It's something that's holding you back. I'm not sure what that is. Whatever that represents to you, that's giving you this closed off energy, that's making you not want to move forward. Okay, look at that. And then we have the Fool card. Fool card, wanting to move forward, taking a leap of faith, having a new start. Okay, I feel like that's the energy here, is that it's trying to push you forward. It's trying to have you see things that maybe you're closing your eyes to. You're like, no, I don't want to see. I don't want to see this toxic relationship. I don't want to see the negativity in this relationship. I'm going to make excuses for someone's bad behavior. I'm going to make excuses why I can't do something. And it's like you're covering your eyes, and you're like, no, I don't want to see. I don't want to face the reality of it. But I feel like there's so much energy here with the Death card and two Tower cards that want you to get past it, and it's overwhelming you, and it's holding you down, and it's holding you back. And I feel like this is sort of this outline of this bird here is this looming above you, and then you finally come to terms and you're like, okay, what do I need to do to get past this? What do I need to move forward? Because this is exhausting you. Nine of Wands, again, two Nine of Wands and two Tower cards. feeling tired. Nine of Wands is you're feeling tired, but it's like hang in there. You're almost there, okay? You're almost done. You've gotten rid of 8 wands. You just have this 1 wand left. You just have this one last battle to get to the reward, to get to the change, okay? We have the wheel. Change. Change. There's something you have to change. There's something you have to shake up. There's something you have to tear down. There's something that you have to rebuild. Okay? Big changes. Big shakeup. Maybe it's something that happened around you, like there was a tower moment that happened around you that kind of shook you a lot. Something happened that really kind of shook you, that really made you question things and think about things and really made you have a different perspective about things, you know? All right, we have 2 of Swords again. So you have 2 of Swords twice, you have the 9 of Wands twice, and you have the Tower twice. And then we have the 8 of Wands. And it's almost like this 8 of Wands is like bursting through the sun and heading right towards you. 8 of Wands can mean quick moving energy. It also can mean shaking things up. It also can mean that just like busting through that, you know. I feel like something really big has changed or needs to change, you know. It's something big. 2 of Swords again is about not having the clarity to make a decision on something, but seeing both sides, the negatives and the positives. And maybe it's about seeing what this energy is doing to you. Hermit card, looking within and finding those answers. Finding those answers as to why are you in this 9 of Swords energy. What are you stressing? What are you worrying about? What are those things that you can do to relieve that stress, to relieve that energy so that you're not worried and maybe you're overthinking about things, you know? Maybe you're just, instead of taking action, like you just keep thinking and thinking and thinking of all the possible outcomes. And sometimes thinking about something before you do it is the worst part, because once you do it, it's like, okay, I'm moving forward and there's no turning back. And it's almost like a relief. It's like, okay, I've taken the first step, I've taken the choice, and then I'll just move on from here. Maybe it's like thinking about battling this bird right here, you know, thinking about it. Oh my gosh, I have to battle this bird and it's stressing me and I don't want to do it. I do want to do it. I'm worried about it, and having all that rather than just going ahead, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it over with and I'm done. Hermit card, looking within. Taking that time to yourself. Maybe you're feeling like you're a hermit. Maybe you have kind of cut everybody else off because of all of this stress and this situation. And you're like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I don't want to be near anyone. But love this card. Love it. Judgment, an awakening, a renewal, a revival. Having that aha moment where you realize, okay, this is not where I want to be. This is not what I want to have happen. This is not how I want my life to be. I want to feel happy. I want to feel better. I don't like being in this energy. Okay? And then the next card out is Temperance. And that, I just feel like this card, like she feels free. She's flying. She's got, you know, this kind of energy going back and forth between the cups. She feels light and flowy. And Temperance is about being patient. It's about compromise. I feel like it's just let it go, letting it go. Not being in this energy, opening your eyes to see that, hey, this is not how I want to be. This is not the energy I want to be in. It's time for me to take the blinders off, to take my hands off of my eyes and to be able to see clearly, to not be hiding behind things. Okay? Maybe it's not as scary as what you were thinking. Maybe it's not as bad. But I feel like with 2 Tower cards coming out here that there is definitely time for some big changes. And with this 4 of Pentacles where you're keeping to yourself, and then the Hermit, you know, are you just closing everybody and everything off? But I do feel that you have this aha moment where you're like, this isn't how I want things to be anymore. I've got to make some changes. You just realize that you're ready. Like, changes have to be made. Even if it's just like the littlest thing, at least that's something. Because this energy feels very heavy to be in, but I feel that there's this other energies here that want you to rebuild, that want you to move out of this energy, okay? With the Wheel and the Fool and the Judgment and the Page of Cups says the overall energy, being in a happier place, being in a positive place, letting go what you need to let go, and then move forward. Owl Spirit, you see clearly now. Oh my gosh, is that perfect or what? You see clearly now. You see what it is that you need to do. You see how this energy is affecting you. You see how this energy is holding you back. And you see that there's some changes that you have to make. And yeah, those may be hard, and you may have some battles that you have to stand up against, but it's bringing you to a better place. And you see that this change has to happen. As always, I'm not telling you what you have to do. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing or feeling from this reading, and then you are free to take whatever works for you, and whatever does not work for you, leave that. But this is definitely about somebody who has an awakening and sees that there has to be some big changes made, and those changes bring lightness and happiness. All right, thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.